Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champagne. Thank you for tuning in. I see Joey, I see Lady Plants in the chat box. Good morning. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, everybody on DLive. I'm multi-streaming with Restream.io. If you're a content creator, if you're a live streamer, check it out. It allows you to multi-stream to multiple platforms like Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, and others. I push this stream to both DLive and YouTube. I recommend everybody check out DLive simply because it's an alternative to YouTube that's blockchain based. You can earn some lemons that are really not worth much, but it's fun. Okay, so check it out. And on top of that, there's content creators there that got kicked off of YouTube, shadow banned, and some outright banned, so that, you know, you may be able to catch some sort of alternative content, a little bit, I want to say edgy, but, you know, just because YouTube banned it doesn't mean it's edgy, you know. But you know what I mean. Boom. Shout out to Joey, Lady Plants, and more. Let me go ahead and turn off these coins. Today we'll be talking about the Fed. Powell is actually on live right now, and he's calling for more inflation. They raised their inflation rates, and this just means the dollar is going to be worth less in the mid to long term, is my understanding. And it's going to cost more dollars to buy the same items. So that would equate to higher prices in stocks, real estate, and even the piece of bread that you may be eating right now, is the way I'm interpreting this. So I don't want to hold dollars in this type of climate. I'd rather have an asset, whether it be crypto or real estate or a silver coin. Drop a comment. Let me know what's really popping out there. What's really kapumping. The original boomers are here. Booming with the best of them. We'll run down the math over there. I'll let you know about the plays I got into. And I did a little play there on Algo yesterday. A little hype. I FOMO'd into Polkadot. I'm in the green. Maybe I have to flip that. We'll talk about that more. Shout out to KC, Joey, Ray, and the rest of the boomers. Everybody there on DLive. Make sure you head over there, guys. Make sure you do that. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen, and we'll run down the math over here, and we'll talk about Powell. Powell's pumping the markets. Powell pump. And we'll look at the Bitcoin prices here. You can see there was a little plummet here in the price this morning of Bitcoin. We sold off to 11.2, but not before rebounding pretty strong there. Look at this rebound from 11.2 to about 11.6. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this. You know, he's still on right now. If you guys want to check it out, he's live streaming right now. Powell from Jackson Hole, and they're talking about the inflation targets. There's other people from the bank. They're talking, and the summary here from what I'm gathering, in Wall Street Journal is reporting it. Fed approved shift in inflation goal, ushering in longer era of low rates. Chairman Jerome Powell unveiled the updates, the most ambitious revamp of Fed policy setting framework since it was approved in 2012 in a speech set for delivery at a virtual symposium. The practical effect is that it may be a very long time before the Fed considers raising interest rates. So they are raising the inflation goals. They are expecting a longer era of low rates. So it looks like they're going to keep pumping this money. Okay, they're going to keep pumping this money, and it's by design. That's what I expected, and eventually there will be a currency crisis. And we talked about this yesterday. They're already checking out potential blockchains for a digital currency, a U.S. digital dollar. We ran through some potential blockchains yesterday. We identified our opinions, and one we didn't even think of yesterday, which is right there in our face, is Bitcoin itself. Don't sleep on Bitcoin. Someone was saying, it's that it's ran by the Communist Party, and that may or may not be true. But whoever started Bitcoin, there's a bunch of coins that haven't been used, okay, and they haven't been moved. And I've always said Satoshi Santa Claus, and I wouldn't be surprised if they made Bitcoin, and they've been testing it this whole time. So I don't know, okay, guys, but I'm ready for anything, okay, and you should be too. Shout out to Dark Party, Kaboom. Shout out to KC, Joey Ray, and Lady Plants. But yeah, check out yesterday's broadcast. We identified a couple blockchains, about 5 or 6 of them, that are potential blockchains for U.S. digital dollar. It was announced this week that the Fed is formally working with MIT Digital Currency Initiative to develop a U.S. digital dollar. Okay, and they want to use something that's existing already. And, I suspect that the body's already in the bag. They already have it. They're just waiting for the right time to pull the old switcheroo. And they just got to finish some work here on this end as the Fed continues to buy it all. Okay, they're buying everything. Basically, they're getting free money so they can buy it all. Okay, lender and buyer of last result. The game is monopoly. They want to own the board. They want to be everything on the board. Okay. And that's pretty obvious at this point. Drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking out there. Bitcoin doing a little rebound and a little dump here. So a lot of movement, a lot of volatility this morning as the Fed has announced more inflation. Pump, 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 pump it up. Powell, pumping Powell. Powell the pumper. Okay, so that's what's going on. And let's go ahead and run down the prices of cryptos this morning and see how they're behaving. Bitcoin, like I said, dumping, but not before rebounding there. So you got Bitcoin there at 11,469. Ether up 2.8% in the past hour. Ether at 391. I want to see Ether above 400, and I believe that will come soon. You see Ripple at 27 cents. We talked about Ripple. You know that I'm not a fan of Ripple. I've always called it a glorified database, a fake blockchain. But because of that, I think it may be a contender for the U.S. digital dollar. Okay, we've always known this was the bankster coin, guys. So, I don't know. Let's just, keep an eye on that. We got Chainlink there at $14.99. Chainlink's moving. And then you got Polkadot, which is the darling of altcoins this week. This new coin that just surged and emerged out of nowhere, out of left field here, swinging for the fences. 602 on Polkadot, up 4% in the past hour, up 7% in the past 24, up 104% in the past week. Booming. Polkadot, another one we identified as a potential blockchain for a U.S. digital dollar. Why? Because it came out of left field in the top 10. It's weird. Okay, just keep an eye on it. Okay, this thing just entered the party all of a sudden in the middle of the scamdemic, in the middle of the Fed pumping the inflation, in the middle of the digital dollar talk. I don't know. Okay, I keep a side eye over here on the dot. And Polkadot, I don't know. I don't like that name. I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds kind of soft. But maybe that's the whole idea behind it, make it sound soft and it's indeed maybe strong. I don't know. Bitcoin Cash there at $273, Litecoin at $58, Satoshi Vision. Throw this thing in the garbage can already. Who is dealing with this coin? Okay, I have no idea. Please, I don't want to see anything with Satoshi Vision. Cardano slipping in the rankings today. They're at 11 cents, now a number 10 coin after being a number 7. Crypto.com, they're at 17 cents. Binance at 22.69. EOS 308. EOS has been a sleeper. Okay, it's been a sleep, and it looks like it's dying slow. Although yesterday I mentioned how Block One set up shop outside of Washington. They appear to be lobbying, and they have some sort of technology on that blockchain that could maybe have an ID system or not. I don't know. But it's been quiet for EOS, and I am glad that I dumped most of my EOS, and I've been riding with Ether and some of these DeFi coins. Tezos at 328. Stellar. This is another one. Stellar, Ripple's little cousin. Keep an eye on this one. Another potential blockchain for U.S. digital dollar use. Stellar. Cosmos at 742, and then Tron there at 2 cents. Shout out to Dark Party. Shout out to KC. Shout out to Furious Cabbage over there on D Live. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Indeed. Powell on live right now. Pumping it up. Powell the pumper. Okay, Jerome Powell, he has unveiled the updates, most ambitious revamp of Fed policy setting framework since it was approved in 2012. He's currently on live the last time I checked, and let's see how the markets are reacting live. We got the indices. We got S&P has hit all-time highs, okay? All-time highs for like 3 or 4 straight days. Pumping. And guys, what could I say about this? They're going to keep pumping it until they decide to pull the switcheroo, okay? And that's what it is, guys. Deal with what you have in front of you. It's clear. Okay, you got S&P 500 up 34.95, Dow at 28,578. You got gold 1950 and silver there at 27. It looks like the markets are still listening to Powell. We're kind of sideways right now. There was a little dump on Bitcoin before a strong rebound. You can see it here on the charts. So keep an eye on the 10. Let's look at the 10-year yield. We got the 10-year yield. Oh, okay. Okay, this is bullish. This is bullish. Okay, 10-year yield is pumping up almost 3% at 0.71. I would expect here for the markets to react favorably. Okay, this is a tell here. This is 0.3. The 10-year yield normally doesn't move like this. 0.71. So this is actually bullish for the stocks, which what I would expect. Okay, we're gonna listen. Inflation is good for stock traders because they boost the price of the stock. Okay, and it's also good for the cryptomaniacs because it makes Bitcoin more scarce, right? They're pumping more dollars, and meanwhile there's still the same amount of Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm bullish with the bits. I would expect Bitcoin to react positively in the short term. Yeah, give it a second here. There was a small dump when he went online and he started the speech, but you could see there was a nice rebound. And let's see where this second wave, this next set of waves goes after this pump up to 11,597. Okay, so let's keep an eye. I think this could end up being favorable for Bitcoin going into the weekend. So let's see. The other hand is the other way to look at this is that if people are expecting the stocks to really pump and they're really greedy on the stock market, they may just not go back into crypto. They may not seek a safe haven. You see what I'm saying? And you could see that being reflected right now in the 10-year yield. The rate is going up. Okay, the rate is going up. Okay, because I would imagine that less people are buying in real time. You see what I'm saying? I hope crypto don't follow the stock markets when it crashes. It will though, Irvin, but for the short term. Okay, like for the week or something. But in the long run, I let's see. Because. Listen, the stock market crashed in March, and so did crypto, and so did everything else. So look out for it. It's going to happen. There's going to be a dip at some point, guys, okay? And I would say it's going to happen somewhere around the election. Whether Donnie or Joey wins, there's going to be a pullback, okay? And I think it's going to pull back on all ends, including crypto. You just got to be prepared for that. But look out for the pump after the pullback. I think the overall trend is up. Whether it be Joey or Donnie, they will both allow the Fed to issue more debt, and that is the name of the game. Okay, the name of the game. The bank wins when they issue debt, especially when they're able to issue debt on money they didn't even have to begin with. So think about it that way. So yeah, I hope that crypto survives the long run. That's basically what we're banking on here, and I hope it certainly seems like it will. Finite circulating supply is something that really attracts so many of the boomers to Bitcoin. This is why Ripple's not, in my opinion, a sound solution, nor is it really a true crypto. How do you make Ripple? Okay, can you mine Ripple? How's it created? Out of thin air, just like the bankers? Because then indeed there's no difference. Is the Ripple ledger immutable? Can transactions be reversed? Can your account be frozen? These are all things that need to be considered. Is the coin fungible? Because not even Bitcoin's fungible. Guys, at the end of the day, the true prestigious coin is Monero. I was reading a post there on the Monero subreddit, and that was the name of it. The Monero is the prestigious coin, and it made a case for it. Let me read that, because you know what the truth is, guys. The truth is that none of these coins, all of these coins, at least the ones on the top 20, they're all surveillance coins. Most of them are not fungible, and they're not private either, including Bitcoin. Okay, but if you really want the true crypto, it's Monero. And you know what? I'm inspired by this post, and I'm going to read it to you guys. I'll link it to you guys in the box. But, all this talk about these coins and all this stuff, the true coin is Monero. So let's read this. Am I sharing my screen? Yeah, this is off Reddit. This is posted yesterday. As the title says, Monero is easily seen by others as the most prestigious coin out there. Talk about privacy. Almost everyone knows that Monero brings serious privacy to the table. Even if they disagree, they respect those that discuss Monero. Chatting about Monero and subreddit cryptocurrency, hardly anyone will accuse you of shilling, unlike any other coin, which is true. Even ETH is called out for shilling more than Monero. Lead developers and representative of Wasabi and some Samurai have a strong feud and rarely agree on anything, increasingly agree that Monero is a great privacy tool. Okay. Historically, Bitcoin and Ether's focused speakers like Andreas Antonopoulos create educational content about Monero's unique benefits and invite Monero community members to have a voice represented on their platform. Most Bitcoin maximalists loudly support Bitcoin and oppose anything else, though they are usually quiet when it comes to speaking out against Monero. When they do, it's usually some weak Bitcoin will get there eventually, just you see argument, which is true, guys. This is all true. It's all true. Even when people talk about Monero's disadvantages, they acknowledge that Monero communities are the first to be self-critical. Random statements about Monero being bad because XYZ are becoming less common. Increasingly, people respect the design trade-offs that Monero makes. Ripple, VeChain, IOTA, Nano, and other communities argue amongst themselves. They may not often speak about Monero, but they know it's the real deal. You can keep reading about this and read the comments. But yeah, it seems like, yeah, Monero is easily the most prestigious coin. Not price-wise, but for all the reasons and more that we just discussed. So yeah, if you're really about that crypto life, then it's Monero, guys. That's the bottom line here. That's truly the bottom line. A real fungible private coin. Now, is it 100% bulletproof? There's arguments to be made that it's not. But I'll tell you this. It's a lot more private than any of these other coins in the top 20. So yeah, I don't know why I had to plug that in there for Monero, because it's true. All this crypt talk, crypt walk, it's Monero, guys. That's the bottom line here. Everybody should start 5 to 10 Monero just in case. It's this, Lucian. I think that, if you're truly about crypto and you like the idea, then you need to have Monero. Most people, when they get Bitcoin, they think that they're getting something that indeed it's what the qualities of Monero are. They're buying it for reasons like, because it's like the new private coin and anonymity and, etc., which is kind of true, but Monero is truer to that. So, I would say have some Monero. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that Monero is going to be the standard. I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to boom like overnight. I've always said this. It always lingers in the top 20. It's one of those it's always there. Okay. I don't think it's going to be the leader, but I don't think it's going to be losing either. So yeah, having a few is not too bad. Yeah, Monero has done well. It's going to stay here. It's the only true crypto on the block. If there really is a demand for crypto for those reasons, privacy, fungibility, and anonymity, then Monero will stick around. Lucian says, I'm using the Cake wallet. My goal is to have 10 Monero for long-term, 5 to 10 years. What's Monero trading at right now? Last time I checked, it was like $80-$90 or something. $90, yeah, $89. So it's there, it's always there in the top 20. I mean, you don't get into Monero for the boom. You get into Monero because of what I'm saying, privacy, fungibility, except for the reasons that crypto was created in the first place. So it's one of those that, it's not for just for the gain. Let me check out D-Live over here. We got 12 people on D-Live. Boom. Thank you to Jimbo. Zoomer just donated a diamond. Can you shout out Baseless and do the explode? Shout out to a Baseless. Kaboom. Thank you so much, Jimbo Zoomer, for that 100 lemons. I just saw it right now. I checked my chat box on another site that aggregates both YouTube and D-Live chats. And for some reason, when you do a meme on DLive or share a lemon, it doesn't notify me on that site. So I got to actually come over here and see it. But, you guys can see that. Jimbo Zoomer donated 1 diamond. And shout out to Baseless. Athlete just donated 3 ice cream. Thank you so much, Athlete. He's always showing up. Boom. And Furious Cabbage dropped 2 lemons. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and put 50 lemons in the chest and do a lemon redistribution right now because we have 12 people online over there on DLive. Thank you so much, Jimbo, Athlete, and Furious. Guys, click claim rewards on your end. I'm going to distribute these lemon rewards right now. Share a meme or 3. Let's go. Boom. Athlete's been the #1 winner this week. He got 26. Furious Cabbage got 15 and Ronnie got 11. Boom. This is after yesterday. No one won. I think no one clicked, or I don't know what happened yesterday, but we got 3 winners today. Shout out to Athlete, Cabbage, and Ronnie out there. Congratulations. And we do this every single day, guys. So stay tuned in. Boom, boom, boom. Let's check out the Bitcoin charts here. And I want to run down the DeFi. So this is a odd movement over here. You can see this sell-off when Powell started this Fed talk today, and then a rebound, a strong rebound, almost 90 degrees, but then another sell-off. So look at this. Let's see, if this thing sells. Let's see if this sells off below the support that we saw this morning. Hopefully it's rebounds here at 11.3. From what I'm reading between the lines, Polkadot and Ether will work together. I don't know, Rappa. I don't know about that, Tony. I haven't heard that. What I have heard is that it's Gavin Woods, which is a co-creator of Ethereum, is working with the Polkadot project. So I don't know. Let's run down these numbers over here. Has Polkadot hit CoinMarketCap yet? Because when it does, okay, I think that it would create some FOMO. Like let's face it. We got CoinMarketCap is arguably, the #1 price discovery site, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but let's say it is. If it's not, it's one of the top dogs. It's not reflecting Polkadot in the top 10 yet. Okay, so once this thing hits the top 10 on CMC, you best believe there's going to be like some people that are going to be like, whoa, what is this? I didn't catch this one. Okay, it's already on CoinGecko. You could see it here on #6 on CoinGecko. So if and when it is reflected on CoinMarketCap, I would only assume that it would create some FOMO, especially there on the top 10. It certainly created FOMO when it appeared on CoinGecko. I FOMO'd in, and now you can see there's a slight pullback happening on Polkadot right now. So I'm actually thinking of maybe selling this. I FOMO'd in the other day, which is something I normally don't do, but it was just a couple $100. And luckily I'm in the green, so I may want to consider that. Tony says Ripple's also going to be a bridge into Ethereum. See, I guess what you're thinking here, Tony, and when you're talking about bridges and working, you're talking about interoperability. There's many blockchains that are promising this interoperability, Cardano being one of them, and of course Polkadot. So I'm not sure about XRP, but I could assume that perhaps maybe they're promising that. But there's several blockchains that are promising easily to connect and be operable with other blockchains. Now, Polkadot is the one that's been promising the most. So it's not just that it's working with Ether, it's that it's going to be able to be connected to several blockchains, including Ether. Okay, so check that out. It's not that they're partnering with Ether or anything like that. From my understanding is that Polkadot will be able to connect with several blockchains Ether included. And maybe that's a reason why it's been booming so much, you know. Let's run down the prices. Bitcoin there at 11,394. We did run down the prices. Actually, let's run down the DeFi list. Chainlink at 1487. Lend, after booming yesterday, is starting to cool down. It's at 79 cents, still performing like a slugger. You got Synthetics Network doing well today as well at 1617. Maker 633. Compound at 171. Compound gained weight yesterday. I flipped out a Compound yesterday, a portion of the bag. I've been telling you what I'm doing with these coins, guys. Okay, I'm buying the dips and I'm selling the rips. Yesterday, Compound put on some weight. I had some Compound in the bag, and then I sold it. So, you know, now I'm going to look to see what's in the red today. I picked up some Ocean yesterday, too. We'll be talking about that. It's not a DeFi coin, though. 0x has been moving, although it's in red. Yearn Finance is back almost 15,000. Yearn has been... I picked up Yearn early, guys, when it was less than a Bitcoin, okay? And this thing is still doing good. I'm kind of kicking myself here. I should have gotten more, but, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. UMA is doing well. Ren, I sold out of Ren yesterday, too. And you got Kyber that's in the red. Powell gave such a BS speech, the market is completely confused. Right. But, you know, one tell here that is bullish, Cabbage, is this 10-year yield. Look at this thing. It's up almost 5% since he started talking. This is a sign that it's risk on. Okay, if the bonds rates are up, it's because they're trying to attract people to buy the bonds. You know, bonds are their safe haven. Bonds is the safe haven. So if the safe haven is advertising more money, it's because the market sentiment is greed. So you could expect the stocks to go up. And you can see S&P and the Dow are in the green. And let's see how this plays out. It's still a little bit early. But I would interpret this as bullish. I FOMO'd into Lend last week, says Lucian, and sold yesterday on profit. Given that Lend and SNX are 1,000%, I think a pull down will follow. Can go up forever. Same for DOT. Yeah, I agree, Lucian. Absolutely. I agree. You know, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not married to these coins. Like DOT could or could not be the next one. Lend could be the main DeFi coin or not. It could be another one. I don't care. All I care about is buying the dip and selling the rips on the coins that I've already identified as potential movers. And we've talked about them every day. Furious Cabbage says everything is bullish in this fake environment. I've been saying it, Cabbage. I've been saying this is a fake environment. And, you know, it is what it is. As long as they keep pumping funny bunny money, for the short term, it's going to be a positive impact towards the price of the stocks. And he just said it here. I mean, the Fed already called for it. They're raising their inflation goals. If inflation goes up, it's going to cost more money to buy the same thing. So it's going to appear like the prices went up. Okay? It's going to take more money to buy the same thing. So that same stock is going to cost more. The same real estate, it'll cost more. It's because they raised the inflation goal. It's right here in our face. It's right here on the cover of Wall Street Journal. Fed approved shift on inflation goal. Yeah, buy the dips and sell the rips. Yeah, that's right. You buy the dip. When it dips, you buy it. And when it rips, you sell it. Boom. And again, this is my personal opinion, guys. I'm not anybody's crypto daddy. I got to say this every freaking time because you never know who's listening. And everybody's softer than Jell-O pudding snacks right now. This is my opinion. I'm not your crypto father, your stock market daddy. And it is what it is. True Powell saying he doesn't think inflation will be a problem. Cabbage, what do you expect them to come out here there and say that, you know, they don't know what they're doing? I mean, they're always going to BS us, you know. Oh, it's not going to be a problem. Don't worry. But yeah, it's a fake environment, guys. This is, you know, and this is why it's so funny to me when these socialists, these commies out there, that they talk bad about capitalism. Like if capitalism is the freaking problem, okay? Capitalism won't allow for this fake pump, okay? In fact, this system is already basically, corporate welfare. It's just like you're looking at it like a fascist corporate. I don't even know what to call it, but it's not even it's definitely not a free. It's obviously not a free market when you can't even open up a restaurant. You can't have your restaurant open to full capacity because of some alleged virus that can kill less than 1% of the population, guys. Could you understand that? And people want to talk about capitalism. Yeah, biggest unemployment rate. The earth is shut down for months, but yet the stocks have hit all-time highs for like 3 or 4 days straight. So instead of being like, well, you know what, it's got to correct, it's not going to correct until they want it to. And in fact, they'll let it plunge when they want a currency crisis, and then they'll pull the switcheroo. Once they've bought everything, and then they'll let it all go to shit, and then they'll institute their new currency, which they'll have even more control of. Let's see if there's any opportunities. This thing has been ripping so much, guys, that I have not been able to get into a play. I do a weekly credit spread. I do a little options play. Every single week, I'm trying to do something for passive income there on the legacy stocks. This thing has been moving so much that all my bids have not been filled. Everybody comes in and bids higher. I got a little formula. I've shared it a bunch of times. And, I check on my wrist. I said, all right, here's my bid. And, usually my bids, I know the range that they'll get filled in. Right now, this thing, the greed is like through the roof. The bottom line is that there's greedier traders than me, and they're bidding more. Fed Bank of Boston is working on MIT. Yeah, we talked about it all day yesterday, for sure. Oh, for sure. You're a beta. I know this is a Jesse Lee fan. Beta! Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Fed Bank of Boston working at MIT. We talked about 6 potential blockchains that they may be using. They're experimenting with 30 to 40, and they said yesterday that they want to go with something that is already working. They don't want to go with something brand new. China is also creating a digital yuan. Right. Yeah, I'm not at all surprised. It's all going digital cashless, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is. More power for them. What do you think that they're gonna create something that gives them less power, guys? Come on, beta all the way. Yeah, shout out to. I enjoy watching Jesse Lee every once in a while. I don't agree with everything he says. I think he's a little bit too hypercritical on, the women and the mom thing. I mean, although, there's a lot of proof in that pudding, but, his whole hook hinges on that, which, I mean, everybody has their shtick, right? But yeah, he's got a good channel, and, I like that he's trying to rebuild the family, rebuild the man. I'm with that. He isn't down with all the oppression and lies and lawlessness. What are you talking about? Isn't that some sorry, forgive me, Lord. I think God's tired of it too. Kaboom. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are talking. I mean, I'll tell you this. When it comes to money, like, I don't think that's God's main concern. Okay. Although, obviously he pays attention to it, but, give Caesar's what's Caesar's. There's other things that are bigger and more important to him. Some of these blockchains out there are just probably test nets for the Fed coin. I've been saying this since the beginning. And in fact, I believe that Bitcoin is a test net for the Fed coin. From the very beginning. I said this. And I remember when I first said it, I'm like, look, guys, Satoshi Santa Claus. Excuse me. And this thing appears weird to me. I rub people the wrong way. Some people unfollowed me and stuff. Satoshi was like a savior to so many. And you know how I feel, Christozilla. I'm not expecting anybody to save me except Jesus himself. Good morning, main event, kaboom. So you got the Bitcoin charts here. Look at this. This thing is like, what is this? Look at this thing. Look at the action here. Dump, pump, and dump. NSA patented crypto in the early 90s. Absolutely. The SHA-256 algorithm was invented by DARPA or some sort of government agency. SHA-256 has been around for a while. Massive greed from the top causes mass misery from below. It's not just massive greed from the top. There's greed everywhere right now, Tony. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You know, massive greed causes, misery too. Yeah. And that's what it is. I'll take a few more comments and questions. We passed out the lemons. Athlete was a big winner. Furious. Cabbage. Ronnie Rodriguez. Make sure you're following me out there, guys. This is a good alternative to YouTube, and it's blockchain based. Why not? Why not? Monero, easily the most prestigious coin. I shared this in the population of the chat box earlier. A nice read. And I agree. I think that Monero is the true crypto on the block. That being said, I don't expect it to be number one or be the most adopted blockchain or anything, but you got to call out the real ones, you know. Narrow is the path, guys. The real ones, you know, there's only a small few. It's not going to be the most popular thing. What else we got here? And then we ran down the DeFi coins. Let me see if there's any deals and steals on these DeFis today. Look at this new one. Acropolis never. It looks like every day now there's a new DeFi coins. Loop Ring is attractive. I've been looking at that one. Reserve Rights token. I've been hearing good things about that. So I'll keep an eye on that. And of course, Lend. And how about this Justin Sun token? So I got a little play on that JST token, but I'm about even. Massive greed from the top causes. Yeah, we read that. And City in the Sky is talking about taxes. Yeah, I mean, we don't really discuss that out here because we're not the tax attorneys. And I don't know why you're so excited about paying taxes, City. You may want to ask yourself why. It's like cabbage rots from the top down, says Joey. The Crow House said testing is being used to collect DNA for manipulation. Yeah, I mean, it's all a possibility. I mean, I'm looking at these blockchains that they manage biometrics, you know, like Civic or other ones. You know, that's where I see things going. You know, eventually it's going to be like, oh, did you get your vax? Let me see your blockchain wallet and verify it on the smart contract. And if you can't provide verification that you've been behaving correctly, we'll just freeze your account. And that's it. Band is ripping today. Yearn, Decentraland. Coming back in the top 100. I like this coin. I like the idea of Decentraland. Bancor is ripping. Let's check out our portfolio before we sign off here. We've been managing a DeFi portfolio. Currently we're 16,189. We started at 9,150. And it is what it is, guys. We've been outperforming Bitcoin as planned. Like we said, we got in when Bitcoin was 9,150. We got all the DeFi coins that we wanted at 9,150, and we've been moving this portfolio the right direction. Monero is the only one that stayed true this whole time. That's what I've been saying, Joey. Like, if you really want to talk about a true crypto, it's Monero. But just because it's a true crypto and it works and it's the real coin doesn't mean that that's going to be good with the price, you know. So there you go. Yeah, so this is our bag. This is for educational and entertainment purposes, but we're doing all right. Yeah, certificate of Vax ID. I know about that, Cabbage. I've seen all that. 19 AI. I know. Yeah. The champ knows about this stuff. Decentraland doesn't seem appealing enough for gamers. Ethverse may have some potential because it's using Minecraft. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the gaming industry, the virtual world, and all that. I've never really used Decentraland, but we've covered it. We've actually traded and held it at some point, and I do think that, and I've said this before, gaming industry is an industry I believe that has room to grow with crypto. So yeah, I'll keep ETHVerse in mind, as well as Decentraland. I'm not big on gaming myself, but I recognize the value. All right, guys. If there's no other comments or questions, I think I'm going to go ahead and tune down this broadcast. We've been on for about 40 minutes. And that's what's going on. Joey Ray says, one world order, God's will be done. Yeah, God's plural will be done because there's only one. So at the end of the day, that's probably what the plan, or what should be done. Forget the paganism. Okay, there's only one that rules. There's one. There shall be none before or none after. The Alpha and the Omega. Okay, it's not S. It's only with. It's not plural. It's just there's only one. On that note, I'm out of here. Shout out to Joey, Ronnie, Furious, Christozilla, and the rest of the boomers. Stay strong out there, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with the good crypto word. And yeah, everybody should be winning out there. Go ahead and exercise. Don't look like Vitalik. Definitely program like Vitalik, but don't exercise like because, you know the deal, guys. Stay strong out there. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champagne. Thank you for tuning in.